Well, well, hello there. I have a very noisy, well, he's not really noisy, but these places are kind of a little bit, they're a little bit, I have a very noisy, well, he's not really noisy, but these places are kind of a little bit noise passing. A little bit very noisy. I always forget to turn that volume down on the laptop while I'm listening. So I guess I'm live. I'm going to change the aperture. Looks pretty nice from here. Looks brighter on the screen now. Getting a little reflective light from above. So I'm about to clean up a palette, and I guess I'm going to try to go mad painter mode for for a few hours today and tomorrow. Playing with the camera here. Oh, so I have two windows open. One is for my OBS and one is for my YouTube. And that looks that painting looks really small because it makes a difference. I'm more on the axis of the other painting, so that's a 4 foot tall, almost. A 4 foot by 4 foot painting, I guess you could say. So that's the palette I'm going to work on. I have no zoom on this. Probably should switch back to the zoom lens. I just wanted to get a wider angle on everything. But this also has a oh, it's not going to show it. Unless I guess I tilt the screen for you. So yeah, thought you might like to go to the show. Can you see it there? But that's my YouTube and that's my OBS over here. So anyways, tit for tat. Who cares? Who cares? I'm trying to think about using AI to start a campaign for marketing these paintings. So I'm going to have, definitely going to have different price ranges for my paintings. It's weird. Well, for me it's weird having to talk to people about paintings. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of not. I gotta get this camera. I use this camera so much it's constantly full of dust. It's been pretty good though, these Sonys. They're pretty tough, man. They could be wartime cameras. Alright, I'm gonna turn this so you get a little view of both. That way you can see my entertaining ass on the screen. So that's the other Barton Springs. I think I'm going to try to get cut clips out of this painting, out of this video. Huh, maybe that's how I should start my show now. Welcome! Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and hit the bell to whatever. I'm gonna make prints of this thing too though. I can make you a 30 by 40 print of this, and this is a kind of a cropped image too. It's actually wider, but I can make you a 30 by 40 watercolor print of this for 180 bucks. Just email me or text me or follow the barcode there and you can contact me. I'm going to redo my prints page. I'm not going to be using the on-demand service. I'm just going to do custom high-end prints. So there, tit for tat. I wonder how noisy the my AC will be. So let me see. I'm just going to go ahead and wipe out all that color and start anew, start fresh, start fresh, start anew, start fresh, start anew. I'm trying to keep my mug out of all these videos. Look away, Jerry, I'm hideous. Oh man, I just found some old tubes of paint. The number one lesson people should teach an oil painter is make sure you wipe your paint tubes down. Make sure there's no leaking oil in where you keep your oils. Because I carry them in a bag, and a lot of times something leaks a little bit of. Man, I could have used all these colors actually. Those are good. But let's not be too miserly. Miser by Nature. It's the name of my album. My new rap album. It's called Miser by Nature. I ain't gonna drop a dime on you unless I have to. So weird. Some of this color is still acting very fresh, but I know it's too old to be used again. I really should just... What's that painter in New York? I was watching one of his videos, and that guy has so much money that he puts out like an ounce of like 36 colors, maybe 72 colors out on this palette every day. He's working big. I have another big canvas and two a little bigger than this. Between these two, that would make a nice big paintings. I'm trying to come up with an idea for an abstract. I don't want to do any landscapes or portraits for a while. It's getting a bit warm, so pardon the noise. God, no matter what, I get so much paint on my hands and my clothes. I don't think I have a stitch of clothing without some kind of paint on it. I think this is like a Lexan, piece of Lexan I'm using on this for mixing as a palette. Then I have a couple of glass palettes, but I don't really want to carry those around too much. You know, I had some nice blue greens that I could... They're not in this painting though. They're more in the Barton Springs painting. I need to read some Marcus Aurelius. I get the gist. Everything's over in 15 minutes. You shouldn't really give a shit about too much stuff. The blink of an eye. anniversary, not today, but it's 10th anniversary of my mom's passing. I think I kind of screwed up yesterday. This girl I know came up and told me she was obsessed with some guy and spent her, which is kind of a obsessed, what? Is that a healthy word? I don't know. And, but she spent the weekend on the lake with him and his friends, and I had a friend that got killed because she was hanging out with lake snakes. So I told her, hey man, just beware of lake snakes. And I didn't mean to say, I guess it did sound that way. So who cares, right? Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius. Where is that? Oh my goodness. I just had a blade. I wonder if I didn't. So I got most of that paint off. I guess I'm just going to go with this. The blade's just going to score this tablet anyway, so. Yeah, so, yeah, a friend of mine, she was hanging out with a group of people that did the old beer bongs on the lake in a boat till dark 3 or 4 nights a week. I think if you drink 3 or 4 nights a week, do you ever really sober up? I mean, I know you can be a functional alcoholic, but anyways, this idiot reluctantly took her back to their car in the dark, but he had a cabin cruiser and launched her and killed her. But I've been on the lake too, and there's a lot of responsible people, but there's a lot of, I mean, the people I knew were all knuckleheads. But I guess that's something you got to do when you first start doing it. I think this was her first time on boats, and so it was all shiny new, I think. I've only been out on the lake a few times, but I don't have a boat, so whenever I was on someone's boat, immediately couldn't wait to get off the boat. So I think I kind of put her in shock. It was funny. Probably never talk to her again now. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Alright, so this is my traveling palette. The palette I use. Need some more tape over there, it looks like. Alright, those are 3 oily rags that I'm going to go ahead and put in. I have soapy water solution for these things. So that's what catches fire in art, is the paint. thermal whatever reaction. Endothermic reaction. Holy smokes! The gal kit has to be stored on its lid side. Man, I already got paint on these shorts again. Check it out. So also, I have to be more cognizant of time, and I must be an easy mark for time eaters. I was talking to some people last night. It was a pretty funny conversation. I was telling them all the old stories of painting on the trail and all the weirdness, all the weirdos I've seen. I probably have about 100 stories of some pretty weird characters. Old white over here. Getting shit all over all over me. I don't throw away paper towels. I try to use them for cleanup a lot. I go through a lot of paper towels. So yeah, you need to wipe your oils down. I'm just a messy guy. I mess up all the rules of painting. I was talking to these people, telling them that I think artist is the only thing you can do in life where complete strangers want to know your income. Like they'll straight up ask you. It's like, why don't you go ask a surgeon that? But I don't know. I don't think that many people are into art anymore. I think art is lost, or it's kind of like rock and roll. There's a lot of scammergy going on with the art galleries, but that's the way that is. So, yeah, I'm thinking about AI. I don't really want to use AI for anything. want to use it on my laptop. So I'm kind of thinking I need to go get a cheap laptop. But it can't be too cheap, otherwise I don't think the AI will work that good with it. So yeah, I have to be cognizant of. I had like 4 or 5 situations recently with just people making me go through hoops to do something, and yeah, they weren't really. They're just talking without really considering that they really don't. It's weird, man. Some people will see a painting and all of a sudden they're art collectors, but I meet a lot of people that they like art, they're just not gonna pay you for it. That's cool. So much stuff to do, you know. You gotta go to all these live music events and buy a bunch of overpriced beer. Go ahead. Damn it. Trying to scrape off old film so that when I blend on the board it won't put little pieces of junk into fresh paint. I need more paper towels. I'm gonna wash my hands again. That is the kind of, you know, I should just buy great, you know what cleans your hands really good when if you don't have access to water, soap and water to wash your hands when you're outdoor painting, is grapefruit peel. Works great. Like citric soap. Sorry about the water noise. So I think I'm gonna, oh gosh, spill a little bit of solvent on the floor. Okay, so I have the last of a brown, the last of a blue, and a brand new let's see if I can do a right down the middle black. My big old head. Sorry about my big old head. This place actually doesn't get too hot in here, but when it's humid, it's humid. Sorry about the noise, kiddos. I bet I can lower the sound over here. I add a drop of clove oil to my burnt lumber so that it doesn't dry out as fast. That might have been too much. I kind of want to change that lens out. The reason I'm live streaming really is because I really don't want to edit videos. They don't really need much editing if you're just live streaming, just putting them up there, and I just got to be careful what I say. I don't really want to say anything that upsets anyone. My big old head in the picture. Is my big old head in the picture? Well, you know, it's I had this person come up and ask me a bunch of advice on. They weren't really. They were pretending to be really into art. And they want to talk about art and all this stuff and meet with me and all this nonsense. And I bit. Like an idiot. I actually almost got them an art show. But doesn't return calls. There's a lot of people that do that. And I don't have any patience for that. If I send a message or two and I don't really get timely responses, then I just have to blow them off, because that gets in your start. It's energy. That's brain energy. Oh, where's that? What are they? Why are they on the call? So I don't do all that stuff. But a lot of people operate under that. A lot of people want to play that. It's amazing how many people still want to play the upper hand game. You got hand. It's so weird. As soon as I start mixing paint, my eyelids never itch, but I'm wearing these wild pink glasses. These are my Dollar Tree glasses. So I have to get a new. Oh, I still have some old white. Maybe I can wipe this out. Yay! This tube of white paint has been a particular menace to me. It just keeps. I don't know if it was leaking paint or whatever. And now it slid into some blue paint. Blue paint. That's cool. That's cool. I didn't close it because I'm going to get some more in a second. Wow, that's really, feels really thick. Thick and dryish. So I like to paint on the trail, and I do meet a lot of nice people on the trail, but I also meet a lot of just I don't know. It's I would say what happens on the trail a lot is, because I really don't think there's that many people into art. It takes a special person to really be into art, or at least be into my art. I don't know, but Wow, just a drop of oil made that just paint so much nicer feeling. So yeah, there's a lot of people that have no problem wasting other people's time. I got a little mosquito in here. Stings, man. Mosquitoes. As soon as it rains. Mosquitoes! So, I think it's official that I am now just an observer of life going by now. I can feel the ageism all the time now too. But that's partly because of my beard. But I had to grow it because people off my back. People off my back. So I have been noticing that I have a lot of getting a lot of great gray tones, but could have gotten some more that were closer to black. Closer to black. My hand accidentally picked up and tossed a small brush on my little brushy table over here. Mon little. thinking I should move to Juarez, Mexico. Rents are cheap over there, man. Probably not much. Probably for not much longer, though. I'm sure a lot of people are going to have to rent over there again. My big old head in the picture. What did I do with that battery that I just took out of this camera? Charge it again. So this can be kind of therapeutic, just trying to mix and blend paints. Battery still going. What's going on? Well, what do I think should happen in Israel? Well, if the U.S. doesn't do anything, then probably Israel's probably going to go in full force, boots on the ground. And then, of course, that makes it to the victor the spoils. They might just end up Gazifying all of Iran. But I've heard that Iran has used to have a very cosmopolitan society. So I think most of their people would rather be more westernized. I gather, I'm not sure. But I think the regime has had their boot on their throats. So it comes to Sherman, that saying, war is hell. The best way to deal with a war is to get it over as soon as possible by whatever means. So hopefully their Ayatollahs will just go ahead and surrender. Maybe just go in, and maybe you don't have to destroy the nuclear thing. Maybe you can just go down there, capture it, and put it to use. Maybe convert it to a power generation. Can that be done? Or maybe that would be a good place to do labs for the West. Of course, some people say Trump won't always be president, so still going. So I have the volume down. I don't know how this thing is sounding. I haven't even attempted to check it out. Maybe I should. Check it out. Wow, wow. Check it out. Wow, wow. Sometimes I don't know why this whole town seems so hopeless. But once she puts her arms around me, I don't know the words. But when she puts her arms around me, somehow I know I ain't gonna ever. Here comes my girl. Wow, wow. There goes my girl. She knows. I think I got a little too much gray in this. Somehow, I don't know why, this whole town, it seems so hopeless. There goes my girl. She... I want to get some more grays that are kind of on this. Is that a really noisy AC? I don't know. Turn your volume down on your end. That's all I can say. Sometimes with these palette knives, I'll fling a whole daub of color off into space. They're very springy. Springy, springy, springy. I gotta just keep telling myself, dude, keep your head down, keep painting. not allow to be distracted. Now there's an accident waiting to happen. Spill one of those, ugh. Can't even imagine the cleanup. Can't even imagine the cleanup process on that. Got to be careful not to go too light on all my darker colors. getting dark. It's getting dark and nothing's happening with the painting. Can't believe I might have to actually mix more of that black. Damn it. I'm just going to mix more of that black. It's just a 50-50 blend anyways. Alright, I'm going to take a break and then I'll come back. I never know where the end stream is on these channels. Well, I'm just trying to find how to end stream this this video for now. Where is that thing? Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Let's look this up once and for all. Every time I try to end my stream, I forget how to do it. Let me see. How to end stream YouTube. Open Ready tab and archive of the stream will be created to your channel. Where is that then, man? What? It doesn't do it. On any live video, the tap the more icon on the bottom right. God dang it, man. Where is the end stream on this thing? You would think it would be on my studio channel, but it's not. Damn it. Alright, I'm getting tired of this. I'm going to let's get serious. I gotta turn this stream off for a second. Damn it. How to end YouTube live stream. God, it's got to be like a 17-minute video to tell you how to turn the damn thing off.
show you how to stop a live stream on YouTube. I've recently been experimenting with running a live stream and trying to end the
Just say how to. You have to make it like a.
Give it that. Extra watch time for the man. I don't know why I'm speaking with that voice. This is it. I'm still live. Big one, big one.
Please.
Oh man.
Basketball was still available? Yeah, and we play Tuesdays. That's what I'm talking about.
Alright, I think I'm just going to turn it off on OBS. No, I don't want to do that though. Sorry, experimenting with turning off this damn. God, and then YouTube just got so many damn commercials.
The live stream was not as intuitive as I thought it was. So I've got this channel here where I pop some of my field recordings and meditation music and things like that. And I've been running a live stream for a couple of days.
Jesus Christ, dude, you don't need to know your history. Just how do you turn off the damn live stream?
To go is back on the previous tab under the channel content. You find the live that you want, and then they haven't made this very easy. So YouTube, if you're watching, you need to improve this.
Come on!
Over the live stream, you get the details, analytics, monetization, and here it is here. View in live control room. Click on that. Then you get the screen like when you started making the live. So this live has gone a little bit dead, and I'm just going to end it. It was just a test. So you can see here, we can end the live stream right here. So I'm just going to click there. Your stream will stop immediately and you will no longer be live. Yes, that's what I want to do. Ending that.
Okay, found it.
And then we can then go on and edit this in the YouTube
See you later.
studio, or we can just dismiss that.
I'll be back on in a bit.
And then that live stream is now finished. Once you've finished